My friends and I spent about 42,000 at a night out in Vegas.
This is something that I don't hear. I don't hear often. Americans are drunk on cheap products. America is drunk on cheap products. We have been, for years now, we have been conditioned to buy. That's why America is pretty much the biggest consumer of the world. In my opinion, the whole world needs us because they need us to buy. They need the US to buy. So you think, let me say this, okay? In my personal opinion, the only reason why China will hurt is because we buy more from them, okay? The only reason why we would hurt is because we buy from them. That's the thing where, because I see so many people talking about, oh, it's gonna hurt America, it's gonna hurt, will it? Here's my thing, where if we stop buying this fast fashion, Primark shit, or I don't know, things that I've seen it made out of plastic, like the Nikes, okay, the Adidas, where we are more selective. We shouldn't have a sneaker collection, okay? We shouldn't have clothes in our drawer we never even worn. We shouldn't have like extensive furniture, I don't know, decor, like stuff. It's like we are heavy consumers. We consume, honestly, shit from the rest of the world, while the rest of the world does not consume anything from us. The only thing, I've seen economists, I've seen so many people on TikTok and everything saying we were hurt because we can't buy cheap products. That is, I've yet to see really the core of everything, anyone giving a true, real reason why we were hurt, besides we will hurt because we can't buy cheap products. Why does that have to be a pain for us? Why is it not being able to buy cheap products such a pain? Because here's the thing where I believe that we should change our habits of buying. We overconsume. We are, one of the things that we overconsume everything, clothes, furniture, I don't know, you name it, we overconsume it. And to be honest, I don't think that's a healthy thing for Americans. I really don't. And I'm not saying, and especially I suffer from it too. But it's making me think that maybe we should change the way we're wired right now, because this is how we're wired recently. In the last couple decades, we buy a lot of shit. I mean, I'm not saying that we should all live minimalist, but we should control or consume. Because here's the thing, like I said it, the rich are getting richer, the poor is getting poorer. The middle class is disappearing. And in my opinion, personal opinion, one of the big factors in that is that we are over-consuming. We are living beyond our means. We want to vacation across the world. We want to travel to all these other countries when really you can travel within your own country. There are 50 states, 51 states, whatever, where most people haven't even gone to. We can travel in our own country. We can, I get it, right? If things are made in the US, things will be a bit more expensive. But let's say this, let's tone down our spending. So when we do want to buy something that's American made, we do have a bit more cash, to buy. So let's say there's a piece of clothing that's American made. If we have stopped buying like hundreds of cheap clothing, maybe that one shirt, two shirt, that hopefully higher quality because it's not made by cheap labor, cheap products, it will probably last us longer, and it will be, our money is going through the American system instead of going through the, Chinese system or whatever. So I don't know. And again, I'm being hopeful. I don't know the future. I don't know if this is, what's going to happen. But I feel like maybe we do need a change. Maybe we do need to do things differently. So I don't know. It's just kind of thought. Please check out my last video. So this is just kind of a continuation. And just because I saw something, I saw a guy who's saying about the tariffs, China stuff, and he said, "Oh my God, so now I can't get the iPhone 17." That made me think, why are we doing this? Apple's product is, all the components are pretty much, yes, it's designed in the US, but all the components, it's assembled, it's made in China. Every year, Apple's phone, and this is just an example of why I talked about this in the last video. Please check it out. We are buying the same iPhone every year. Essentially, I had a iPhone 13 or 13 for years. I even had an iPhone 10 for years. I only switched because it got stolen. So then I had an iPhone 13 for years. And I'm like, then there's another iPhone 14, 15, and all these other variation of it. It's like, it's exactly the same, just more expensive. I'm like, Americans are gonna hurt because of tariffs, because they can't buy the exact same phone, just more expensive, next year. We can't buy the exact same phone that's more expensive the year after. This is why companies don't innovate anymore. They don't need to innovate, because, please check out my last video, we are blind consumers. We love buying. We just love buying. We especially love buying cheap products, but we also just love buying. We have a consumer addiction. We have a shopping addiction. This is a thing where I'm just, and people, economists and all this. And I said that all the people who said that America is going to suffer is pretty much saying that we will suffer because we can't buy cheap products. I actually don't mind that. Why isn't quality going up? Let's say this, I'd rather not every year desiring to buy a new iPhone and having it expensive anyway. Instead of, you know what, how about every 5 years, Apple actually innovates. Actually give me a phone that's different. Actually give me a phone where the battery wasn't purposely, downgraded, so you are pushed to buy a new phone next year. How about, you know what, we make companies give us quality products instead of, you know what, have companies just give us cheaper products, but give us higher margins. Because again, they pay very little to make those iPhones, and yet they jack up the price, so their margin is higher. This is the thing where I don't understand, and you gotta notice this. It's always the Democrats, the millionaires and billionaires getting mad, because you think this is gonna hurt their bottom line. This is gonna hurt their bottom line where they cannot get cheap labor in other countries. They can't get cheap labor in Asian countries. They can't get the cheap labor. So they're going to have to either pay Americans to do the labor. So that's the thing where it's going to have to cut into their bottom line. I saw this another person who said, why can't American companies just make a little bit less, but have the money go through the American system? Like, if I don't know, it's just, I'm just seeing more and more of that. And again, check my last video. A lot of people are saying, yeah, we are buying too much. Why are we buying a new iPhone every year? Why do we have a sneaker collection? Why do we have clothes in our closet that we have never even worn? We are choking on clothes that it has never been worn. Clothes that we have so much that we can never even wear. We don't have the time to wear all these clothes. How could you have sneaker collections? You have shoes that you will never wear. It's like, why are we buying so many cheap ass products? Instead of, you know what, quality products where, you know what, yes, it may be expensive, but hopefully it lasts 5, 6, 10 years. It's like, yeah, to be honest, I don't know the future, I said this, but I really believe that we should focus on America. Make America great again. You know, the happiness meter that, I forgot which organization did it, America is very unhappy. And that was before Trump, Americans were very unhappy before Trump. Our healthcare system is shitty. Our education system is shitty. Why are we so concerned if other countries can't sell shit to us? Because here's the thing, none of these countries buy shit from us because they know Americans are fat and they buy a lot. So really, they are buyers, they are consumers. I honestly, I'm hoping for the best.
Crap that will end up overconsumption has been rebranded as cute and organized, but guys, restocking is not a flex. The ability to buy super specific, perfectly labeled containers to hold all of your items that came in a perfectly good container is not something to be proud of. And here's why. This kind of thinking ties your self-worth to your ability to consume both a bunch of plastic crap that will end up in a landfill sooner rather than later, and a bunch of heavily scented, heavily flavored toxic chemicals. I won't deny that these videos are temporarily satisfying, but the idea that decanting your plastic container of fabric softener into a giant glass countertop container will somehow improve your overall quality of life is mistaken. Solid relationships, financial security, your health, and memorable memorable experiences are the formula for a life well lived. Don't be duped into buying all of this landfill-bound crap by all of these hauls and restock videos that are just a disguise for Amazon.
You know, I've been watching a lot of the whole, I mean, most of us are probably watching, you know, the whole tariff stuff and you know, that's going on right now. And I was thinking, I was just watching this episode of just talking about, you know, our conflict with China and stuff. And I was talking to a friend that, to be honest, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. One of the things is that, you know, a trade deficit. We are buying more than we are selling, essentially. You know, we're buying more China stuff than we are exporting China. And it just made me think about, you know, we have become such a, I was thinking about this kind of analogy. The U.S. has a shopping addiction, right? I mean, yeah, we buy a lot. We spend a lot of money because probably we are a rich country. But are we, in the sense that we have, in the last, let's say, last 10, 20 years, our middle class is shrinking. The middle class is shrinking. We have the things that the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. The middle class, which is in the middle, which is the class that stabilizes the U.S., is shrinking. And I think one of the big problems, personal opinion, is that we are living beyond our means. As a country, as a people, we are living beyond our means. We have a shopping addiction. We essentially have a debt problem. Essentially, the country is spending an over, I guess, credit card that is, you know, at a deficit. So, to be honest, it's like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I honestly don't know how this will turn out with our trade war with China. But I don't know. I'm kind of optimistic where I think, you know, F China, right? I'm always America first. Because this is the thing where I want our middle class to grow. And but I'm not the leader, so I don't know how it will grow. But what I'm hoping is that the steps that the government is doing, I hope it will. What I'm hoping is that we try to detangle ourselves from the cheap products of China, focus on America. Hopefully his tax cuts, you know, comes into play, and then our middle class can grow in the next 4 years. You know, and hopefully it will strengthen our country. That's what I'm hoping. I mean, again, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to actually make changes. But like I said, him cutting budgets, you know, cutting wasteful spending, him detangling us from the cheap products of China, him hopefully doing good tax cuts for the American people, maybe we will change our habits. Hopefully we will change our habits where we are a country where we are more mindful of our spending. We want to actually spend more in our country for our country products. You know, maybe goods will raise, but we'll maybe hopefully buy less of China-made goods. And with tax cuts, maybe we will save more and be more selective. And if we want something, hopefully it's American-made. And because of tax cuts, because of hopefully more employment, whatever, we will either buy American goods or save money. Save money, invest money, and hopefully grow our middle class. I don't know. Just a kind of what I've been watching lately. I'm just being more optimistic. We have very few Americans, in my personal opinion, at least in social media-wise, they're not optimistic about American future, and I'm hoping for it. Because I am, you know, I'm 40, right? In the last 30, or at least all my life, the government, we've always thought the government was corrupt. The government hasn't really changed America or, you know, made us for the better. We're not honestly, we're not the top on any kind of list, right? Healthcare, education, wealth, whatever, happy meter. We're not the top on any list. So I don't know. I'm hopefully for these big changes will affect America for the better. I don't know. So, do what you want. I'm no financial advisor. But this is the thing where people, poor class, middle class, there's so few people who they lack financial education. They lack the means to improve their finances, improve their net worth. All they think about, oh, let me work my bones off, and then complain that the world's unfair. Here's the thing. Invest into stocks. Right now, because of the uncertainty of the market, the uncertainty of tariffs and all this thing. Yes, it's crazy, but it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to create generational wealth. It's an opportunity to get out from the rat race, or at least help your net worth, help you earn money, help you do better in life. Because here's the thing: no matter the uncertainty right now, you have to think. Stocks are representation of companies. Companies like Home Depot, Walmart, Facebook, Google, you name it. These big companies, they're not going bankrupt. No matter what you see with the Trump stuff, no matter what you see that's going on in the world, these companies, yeah, they may get hit, the price may go down, whatever, but long term, not gambling, investing, these companies will go up. They will go up. I thanks to investing, it has given me a 6-figure net worth. More people need to do it. So, and this is the thing, I've been there where I think, oh my God, I don't have the money to do. Here's the thing: if you don't have $5, then yes, you have problems. You can invest as little as $5, even less than that, $1. But this is the thing: it is good to invest. If you want to start out, put $5 into, and it's not financial advice, but $5 into this company, Walmart, $5 into another company, Target, Home Depot, Costco, all these things, $5, and you do it consistently. Like today you do it, next week you do it, the week after you do it, or maybe $100 every month, $5 every week. It's just about consistency, not necessarily about how much. And this is an opportunity right now when stocks are hurting. You should be buying. You should be buying. I really think that there's so few people who think, oh, I don't have enough money. Stocks is gambling. It's not. It's not gambling if you are investing. It's gambling if you buy today and sell tomorrow, or buy today and then hope it goes up tomorrow. That's gambling, because you can't predict tomorrow. You can't predict next month. What you can predict, or have a good educated guess with, is that good companies, they want to be profitable. They want to stay alive. They want to earn money. So what you can predict is a company like, let's say, Target. It's not likely they will go bankrupt, or they would do everything they can to not go bankrupt, to not disappear, because they want to make money. So why not make money off of them? Invest. Now, you can do it if you want, but I really think that, instead of complaining about how the world treats you, how about be smart about it? Like, be financially educated, be smart. Put a little bit of money and just start learning, right? Start learning about stocks. Put $5 today in something and start learning. Dip your toe in and then continue to learn. Don't wait until, oh, I learned everything and now start. You just wasted time. Time is the most important factor. So please invest.
$1 billion worth of product. But like this does on Facebook, and I saw this on Facebook and it says my shower room. Oh my God. First things first, this is only $1,100 billion worth of product. But like this doesn't overstimulate you? What is your pH balance? This many chemicals on your body could not be healthy. Not only that, but like when I'm in a shower that has a shower curtain and the plastic liner sticks to me while I'm showering, it makes me want to peel